Do you wish your phone had a better camera? I'm Taylor Martin. This is Pocketnow, and these are a few apps that will supercharge your Android phone's camera. One smartphone feature that has undergone rapid advancement over the last 2 years and continues to greatly improve with each generation is image sensing. High-end and even mid-range smartphones are now equipped with much more efficient and adept sensors, optics, and software, which directly translates to better pictures. Pictures that can and do rival many entry-level point-and-shoot cameras. Suffice it to say, smartphone cameras are only getting better, but the camera software on our phones doesn't always complement the all-too-capable hardware. Maybe the software optimization is poor, or some important features are lacking or missing altogether. Fortunately, there are quite a few third-party apps out there that can supercharge your phone's camera. Camera Zoom FX has been around for years, and for the majority of that time, it has been installed on many of the numerous devices we've used. It recently received a massive UI overhaul, and in the process became much more user-friendly. But the same features that made Camera Zoom FX so great are still there. Dozens of effects, and a host of add-ons that you can download from the Play Store. There are various shooting modes, such as burst, timer, stable shot, time-lapse, or collage. On the outside, Camera Zoom FX is simple to use and quick, but for those who want to break out the filters, effects, and other goodies, this app is packed to the brim with different effects and add-ons. Camera Zoom FX is $2.99 in the Play Store, and the add-ons are free. Camera MX is another application full of various effects. When you open it for the first time, it looks like any other camera application. It has toggles for flash, self-timer, video recording, and zoom. It also has an effects button that reveals dozens of filters and frames. Some of the most notable effects are image order, kaleidoscope, little planet, and tilt shift. We also took a keen liking to the vignette retro filter. The one thing worth mentioning about Camera MX is that many of the effects, since they are applied in the viewfinder while you're still taking the picture, cause some latency in saving images, which means you can't take very rapid or successive photos. You can also apply these effects after taking the photo and edit various aspects of the image, such as white balance, contrast, sharpness, saturation, etc., all from within the app. Camera MX is free to download, but only some of the effects are included. An in-app purchase for 99 cents will unlock all of the features. Effects and filters are great from time to time, but sometimes there's a need for something a little more in-depth, maybe a little more serious, especially for those who miss the feel and control of a DSLR when they're using their smartphone to take pictures. That's where Camera FV5 comes into play. This application gives the user control over various settings that are generally automated on smartphones, such as ISO, focus mode, and light metering mode. It also incorporates features like intervalometer and exposure bracketing, which can create some awesome effects if you know what you're doing. Camera FV5 uses the same style interface as found on many point-and-shoot cameras and DSLRs. And basically, it puts a lot of control at the fingertips of the user without being too overbearing. That said, some of the features like shutter speed adjustment were pretty disappointing. The maximum output for a long exposure for our device was 0.7 megapixels, and that number varies from device to device, but the result is still pretty dismal. Other than that, we really like the extended control offered by Camera FV5. It's available in the Play Store for $3.95. Putting Camera is yet another take on various filters and effects, but it implements the various effects in a fun and intuitive way, not unlike Retro Camera. When you open the application, tap the camera icon in the lower left of the display. From there, you can choose from different cameras, or effects, and different types of film, also known as filters. Exposure can be adjusted by tapping on the left edge of the display, which reveals a scroll wheel for exposure values. And there's a feature for taking self-shots that allows you to tap anywhere on the display to take a photo. There's not much else to putting Camera outside these few features, but it's a fun little app for taking various photos, and best of all, it's entirely free. HDR, or High Dynamic Range, in short, is a method of making tricky lighting situations easier to cope with. By taking multiple pictures of the same shot at different exposure levels and superimposing those images, the outcome is a more balanced photo with greater dynamic range between the darkest and lightest parts of a shot. Unfortunately, not every camera has HDR mode built in, but there are a few apps in the Play Store that offer this feature. One of those is Hdr Camera. Frankly, the application interface is far from pretty, but it works and it gets the job done fairly well. There are 3 modes: HDR off, auto HDR, or manual HDR. There are some other settings, such as output resolution and enabling focus between each exposure, but this app's primary function is HDR, and it delivers for a fair $1.99. One camera feature that has become quite popular of late is burst mode, mainly because it allows the user to take a burst of photos over a short period of time in hopes of capturing that perfect shot before the moment passes. And not every camera comes with burst mode, but there are plenty applications dedicated to burst mode in the Play Store. Fast Camera Burst by Spritefish, Burst Mode Camera by Wompatix, and Silent Burst Camera by Hantor all do pretty much the same thing. Take extremely fast pictures. Simply aim, hold still, and press the shutter. The result is a whole heck of a lot of photos in a very short period. One caveat, however, is that these photos, since they're taken so quickly, are not at full resolution. All of these apps output a maximum picture of 1280 by 720. That's the price to pay for capturing the perfect shot. They all come with free versions, though Fast Burst Camera has a pro version for $3.99, and there is an in-app purchase for Burst Mode Camera for just over $1. Of course, these are only a few of the hundreds or maybe even thousands of camera applications for Android. So if we didn't get to yours, be sure to mention it in the comments below, like the video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to follow us in all the usual places, Google+, Twitter, Facebook, at Pocketnow, and you can find me on Twitter at CasperTech. I'm Taylor Martin, and I will see you next time.